Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we are turning my old Halloween costume into a new Halloween costume. So let's do this. This is my old Halloween costume. It is a leopard and it is quite big. So I have a lot of space, wide belly in the front, and then it has the leopard print all over it. You have a hood, the pocket has long sleeves, and I am gonna try to do a Flintstone costume, and I did look some inspiration pictures up, and I did found a collection from Jeremy Scott's Spring 2010 runway collection, and I really liked how he worked with leather and kind of fur stuff or like different textures, but always combining them with leather. For example, you have this leather corset belt, which I really like, or like the Titan in the back, which I also like. So and then I tried to basically get my inspirations together, just draw something, get creative. All my inspiration pictures just in one. I always picked stuff out which I really liked and which I want in my costume. So I just started drawing and creating the costume I want. So this look is based on the dress with the leopard print on it, and then it has the white belly. I want to use as some gloves and also some straps, so it should work like you have fur on top of your shoulders. A leather corset belt which you can tie it in the back, and you can wear this belt with basically everything you want, with like a blouse or just a cute top, and you want to put that on top, or with the jeans it can make your outfit a little bit more rough and a little bit more fashionistic. So if you would like to do this belt, click on this time right here, and then you're gonna see how I'm doing, because I am gonna sell this pattern. So this is the jumper. It's quite big, and it has also, what I didn't mention, it has the zipper on the back, which I am gonna reuse. So I'm gonna just take my seam ripper, take the zipper out, get also like get this white belly apart, because I first want to create the dress, and I'm not having a pattern made for this, because I think, you know what, before I cut all different pieces together and try to make this pattern, I am just gonna seam rip all this, and then I'm gonna trace it on my dress form. So because it's just a basic dress, you know, I don't have sleeves on it, I'm not having any special stuff on it, and this dress form is a little bit bigger than I am. So what I'm just gonna seam rip everything, and then I'm just gonna trace it on the dress form how I want it. And yeah, I hope this fabric is going to be enough, but I think so. And so let's go seam rip all of it.
Don't know what time, but it was late when I met you and your little man. It won't be for life, not this time. I just stay for the night. Yeah. Slide on me, babe, slide on me, babe. Slide on me, babe, slide on me, babe.
So this is the front, here's the back, and I'm gonna put them right sides together, just like this, even like this. And I put them again like kind of the same right sides together.
Slide on me, babe, slide on me, babe. I'm gonna make you feel good. Tread on me, babe, tread on me, babe. Play your record real smooth. Yeah. Slide on me, babe, slide on me, babe. I wanna make you feel real good. Tread on me, babe, tread on me, babe. Play your record real smooth. Slide on me, babe, slide on me, babe.
So now you see I have the zipper in. You can open and close it, which is really nice. And now it's right sides together now, and just close the sides on the
Know when your body feels so tired to get out of bed, you put your heart on a letter to chase it away.
I did mark where I want the straps to be, and now we do the straps, and I'm just gonna search all the way around and then just fold it once and top stitch.
And it's all because of you. Hey, what's gonna give you more time forever? Know what they say, only time will tell. You know what they say, it never really can. Hey, when I'm sleeping with someone new.
Here, but I did try them on, and now I don't want them further than this line. So
I wondered if you still feel the way I feel. Are you sleeping with someone new? Someone new, someone. Talking about my manners like it ever mattered. You threw it away, and now you're looking back, wishing that we.
So now the dress is basically done. So we have the zipper and we can already wear it. And I did cut the hem off. And for the socks, I'm just gonna take the sleeves, which I have here. I'm gonna spread it like this. I am gonna put just an elastic in here, so I am turning them once and then pulling an elastic in there. I'm going to do this the same with the bottom part.
Got buried. Know what they say, only time will.
Now I'm going to show you how you can do this corset belt, and I'm going to use for this black leather. You can use basically any fabric you want, you don't have to use leather, but I just had my design and I want it in leather. And I do also made the pattern, which you can see just here. And you're also gonna need some eyelets. I just have one about 8 millimeters wide, and I have only 3 of them, which is fine for me. But in this pattern you're going to have more. I just circled the ones I'm using. So what you also can do, you can make them out of denim if you want. Any stiff fabric should be fine for this, but if it's not leather, make sure maybe to make it a little bit stiffer. You can use fleece lining for that if you like. So this just depends on what fabric you're gonna use. Also, you're gonna find this pattern down below in the description box. If you do want to do a lining fabric, make sure to cut the piece out twice for your main fabric and twice for your lining fabric. Also, if you want to use boning, which you don't have to use for a belt, but I think corset boning is just for that the corset is not falling down and showing you like boobs, but for the belt you don't need it. And because I'm using leather, I'm not going to put a seam alone on the top and on the bottom because I'm not going to fold it over. I'm just going to leave the raw edge up. This is just how I want it. But if you do it, for example, with for example, denim, you do want to have a seam alone on the top and on the bottom, so you can put the lining fabric and the main fabric right sides together after sewing it together, sewing along, just leaving a little hole in and then turning it inside out. And then you can also top stitch it, so you have nice edges all around. But because I'm not going to use denim, I'm using a really stiff leather and I'm not going to do a lining fabric. I'm not going to do it. Yes, so let's cut out these pieces.
You know what they say? Did I ever really care? I don't think I did. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wanna hit you. Still feel the way I feel when somebody calls you out. Are you sleeping with someone new? Someone new,
So make sure to use the right needle. I'm using here the leather needle from Prim. And I also have my patterns right here. How you see, I did add about the seam alone on every side besides of the top and on the bottom part. And I am gonna just sew now them all together. You have little letters on you, like this is the eye, and then you have an eye, and you're just sewing them right sides together like this. And then I'm using these pins, just pin them right on top. And then I'm just gonna sew this, fold it up, and sewing all the parts on top. You just see I just sewed it. This is the outside, that's the inside. And you can just now spread it and sew on top. But my machine is not really strong because it's not a machine for leather. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna fold this to this side, turn it, and I'm just gonna top stitch like it would look. I top stitched it right on the side, just here. And then I'm folding to the other side, doing the same part here.
I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wanna hit you. Still feel the way I feel when somebody calls you out. Are you sleeping with someone new? Someone new,
How you just saw, I just sewed the pieces together, and also I spread up the seams so they're on the other side looking really nice and flat, and this is something you want. You can see my fingers look really bad, but they have to look like this whenever you work with leather, and you know your finger looks just like this, you did it right then. And I did try it on, so now there's a little bit glue still left, so I'm gonna let that dry. I used a little glass for it to just roll the seams really nice flat, because leather is really tough to work with, and with the glass it worked really well. And then now I would just put in these holes, but how I just said, I only have 3, and I wasn't recognized that I would need 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. So I'm not gonna do this. It's a little bit wide for me, so I have enough space to just sew the zipper right side on. So I'm just gonna put a little bit glue on here, and then I'm just gonna turn that, fold it over just like this, roll it and press it so it keeps like this. The belt is done. Also, I did choose the zipper, how you just see, because I haven't had enough holes to put in there, but usually you do push some holes in it, and then you can just tie it with a little band. But I had 3 of them, and I wasn't counting that I need 3 on both sides. And yeah, this is why I'm using the zipper, and I think the zipper is kind of meant to be for this. And I'm just gonna leave that now and let that dry, and then later on I'm going to show you the final result. Also, if you want to see the whole outfit, just go on my Instagram, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to get ready here. Just inspiration picture of makeup which I find and which I will like to try out. If you do want to do this belt, again, you're going to find this pattern down in the description box for download. You have the size extra small to extra large. Also, this is just a belt I'm using for this costume now, but if you like, here are just inspiration pictures which you could style this belt with. And one tip, if you sew this belt, make sure to really have 1 centimeter seam alone added, and really take 1 seam alone away from every side. Because if you, for example, just take 1 millimeter more or less away, it's gonna add, because you have so many pieces, could add about 1 centimeter plus or minus, just to sew really well. Don't stretch the fabric. You have your marks on the pattern, just follow them, and then you're gonna do this really well. So yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.